And after Saturday's loss, Coach Franklin said strong weekly practices here aren't translating to wins on Saturday here.
Now, a witness told me this all started earlier on Saturday morning when police asked the tailgaters to move over one spot.
And it's not just schools or your workplace where mold can be found. You can see it in your home as well. Now, I spoke with candidate Mark Friedenberg, who's been here since around 4 o'clock, and at 6:15, he told me the numbers are nearing the 2016 presidential election, which he called unexpected.
And 3 counts of resisting arrest. Olenek posted $10,000 bail, and he's due back in court for his preliminary hearing next Wednesday, October 10th. Police tell me the incident is still under investigation and that other charges are pending. Live outside of Beaver Stadium, I'm Brandon.Pelter for the Center County Report.
Tents and other items flying into the crowd. This was the scene at a tailgate outside Beaver Stadium hours before last weekend's football game.
It couldn't have been more than 2 or 3 stories.
In this cell phone video, police are using a helicopter that appears to be flying below the tree line. They say they were trying to break up an unruly tailgate crowd that wasn't listening to orders on the ground. According to Federal Aviation Administration regulations, when flying over a crowd, an aircraft must be 1,000 feet above the highest obstacle within a 2,000-foot radius of the helicopter. But law enforcement gets added flexibility in the application of the FAA provisions. Penn State University police, in a statement, told the Center County Report, quote, "A Pennsylvania State Police helicopter was deployed as another tool to compel the group to disperse and curb dangerous and unruly behavior." A statement from the state police said, quote, "A helicopter was utilized to issue commands to disperse via loudspeaker." But Tyler Olson, who was at a tailgate nearby, didn't think the helicopter was necessary.
It seemed like that it was a really extreme measure for what was going on there, which wasn't like a riot, after a Penn State win on Beaver Ave.
And neither did Mike Fortunio, who was at the targeted tailgate.
The helicopter, it's one of those things. If a helicopter's flying over your head that close and something malfunctions in the helicopter, you're going to cause a lot more damage. I just think it was a complete abuse of power by the police officers, honestly.
The state police now says it regrets any damage from the low flyover and that it's fully cooperating with an FAA investigation. University Police and Pennsylvania State Police both declined requests for interviews. It's the #1 sport in Puerto Rico.
Well, baseball means everything for me. It is who I am. It made me be the man who I am today.
Well, practically, baseball in Puerto Rico is the #1 sport.
And the heart of Puerto Rico's Little League program lies in Yabucoa. But in September of 2017, Hurricane Maria ripped through Puerto Rico, bringing everything, including baseball, to a halt. Edwin Sanchez, who's been volunteering with Yabucoa's Juan A. Bibiloni Little League for over 30 years, saw the damage firsthand.
It came through the beach, and luckily there was no rain, but the wind destroyed everything it touched.
Here, what was once Yabucoa's premier baseball field, home to both Little League and Yabucoa's AA baseball team, the Azucareros, the Estadio Municipal Felix Milan now sits abandoned. The field, overgrown. The roofing, gone. And the scoreboard destroyed.
It was difficult. It affected us physically and spiritually. A lot of kids stopped playing. Others moved to another town, and others even migrated to the States.
I mean, there was no ballparks. All ballparks were like destroyed, no lights and things like that. So it was really difficult to have practice.
Baseball's role became even more important following the hurricane.
A way so they can distress and just have fun and forget about what happened in the island.
In December, just weeks after the storm and without power or running water, Alexis Rodriguez and his team took the field for the first time.
They brought me life here, something to entertain myself, something to get my mind to not think in the hurricane, to not think what we are suffering, it was great. It was great.
Prior to Maria, Yabucoa had nearly 20 fields. All were damaged, and now just 6 are playable. But volunteers from the All Hands and Hearts organization, a U.S.-based disaster relief group, are looking to change that.
It's about morale boosting just as much as it is about roof fixing and community building, especially in Puerto Rico. Baseball is huge.
Participation in Yabucoa is still down about 50%, but Sanchez is hopeful that in time, things will get back to normal.
It's gonna depend on various circumstances, but we're on a good path. We're on a good path.
Along with the rest of life, baseball continues to improve in Yabucoa. This field just got lights in January and will be adding a parking lot later this year. The renovations are a part of preparations for a Caribbean Series tournament that Sanchez is planning. The tournament will be played in late June. In Yabucoa, Puerto Rico, I'm Brandon.Pelter for the Center County Report. I'm Brandon.Pelter with sports. Coming off its first win in nearly a month, the Penn State football team returns home this weekend. The Nittany Lions host the Iowa Hawkeyes tomorrow in a battle of top 20 teams. Tom Shively has more. Now to high school football. State High is 7-1 coming off a pivotal league win at Central Dauphin. Tonight they'll return home to host 3-5 Altoona. The Little Lions and Mountain Lions haven't met since 2009, but Coach Matt Lintel is looking forward to renewing the rivalry. And the climb has officially started for the reigning NIT champs, but this year's Penn State men's basketball team will have a slightly different look. Fontaine Glenn has the details. Thanks, Matt. In other Week 10 action, State High heads to Cumberland Valley to end the regular season. The Little Lions already have the top seed in 6A locked up, but would finish 9-1 with a win. 6-3 Penns Valley looks to secure the 4 seed in 2A as they travel to 1-8 PO area. Also, Tyrone hosts Huntington, a battle of 2 4-5 Mountain League teams on the playoff bubble.